Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out True Off My Chest. Story 1. I hooked up with my tour guide. I'm still kind of in disbelief that it happened. I felt attracted to him from the first day, and over the weeks we spent traveling I got the vibe that he wanted me to, but I figured we couldn't actually act on it. Then one evening our group was in the hostel garden drinking. People dropped off throughout the night and by 2 a.m. it was just me and him left. We were both really drunk and cold, and I lay down with my head on his lap, looking up at the stars. He leaned down with his face close to mine and asked if I wanted it as badly as he did. A few moments of insane tension passed and we started making out with more desperation than I've felt before. Nearly 2 weeks of wanting and a bottle of rum really got the best of us, and we ended up breaking the bench in the garden, so he fucked me against the wall and it was amazing. The last few days of the trip were even better. Touching when nobody was looking, staying in his room and sneaking back to my bed before the other girls woke up. He was almost twice my age, so handsome and incredibly good in bed. He was so sweet and affectionate with me too, and now that I'm home I wish I could have stayed longer or that he would have kissed me sooner. I doubt we'll see each other again, although we're still messaging, but it was the most enjoyable holiday fling I've had, and I've had a lot. Story 2. Lack of support. I've been married to the same woman for just over 10 years. For just over 10 years she's asked me to let her in and tell her about my past. Over the last 3 to 4 years she's repeatedly told me that I need to go to therapy for my PTSD. I finally did it. She bothered me throughout the entire treatment plan to tell her what we talked about. At the end of my treatment plan, my psychologist thought it might help me to let her in and tell her about my darkest moment. I never have, for fear of the judgment I would receive from her. When I finally did, she looked at me and said, "That's it. The wall has since been rebuilt. I will go back to business as usual." Story 3. I feel lost. I'm officially 22 and done nothing with my life. I don't know what to do, tbh. I always wanted to join the military and to be shipped off somewhere, and that be it with my life, and I was content with that, but obviously couldn't pass that damn test. I do have an interest in cooking, took classes on it in military school years ago, and even in high school I took it as an elective. I was supposed to have my license but never got it, even though I passed that test with flying colors. But when it comes to jobs, there's not a lot of places where I can at least start out as a dishwasher and work my way up. There's just a lot of fast food places. I feel like I'm stuck in a hole and there's no way for me to climb out of it, but anyway, excuse this rant, but wanted to get it out. Would like advice if y'all have any though. Story 4. My girlfriend, F24, and I, M26, are having sex and it makes me happy. Sounds obvious, but for the first 6 months of our relationship we had a lot of issues with PIV sex being painful for her and her being nervous to try it. We took it slow and did other things, going one step at a time so she was comfortable. She's never been with anyone before this because of these issues, and I didn't want to rush her and make it a bad experience. Slowly we built up and eventually got to PIV sex. But 2 days ago was the first time we did it without me needing a blue pill. The thought of hurting her made it hard to get in the mood for long, and it didn't hurt her at all. I can't tell my friends because it's personal, but I'm just so happy that I can experience this with my girlfriend without it being an unpleasant experience for her. I was happy before, but this just makes her feel like she's having sex, and I'm so bloody happy that Patience made it a good experience for her and we're able to do it like normal people, her words, not mine. Story 5. I am so happy that nothing that happened in high school matters now. I have really matured within the last few years. I am so glad that I am more emotionally mature now. I still struggle with depression, but when I was in high school, I was in such a bad place mentally that almost any little thing could set me off, and it did, once. Even though I am able to acknowledge that bad things will always happen, I now have a slightly more positive outlook on life, and feel like I am better at moving on from things that have happened and coping with it if and when other people don't like me. Story 6. My dad is suing me. I hate this man more than anything. Nothing I ever did was good enough and made sure I knew it. My mom abandoned us when I was 7 because being with him was too much for her and she needed peace. It's why she didn't take me, I guess she didn't want any reminders of him. Ever since she left, this man has made my entire existence miserable. Everything from the university I went to my degree, to my emotions have been dictated by him. I'm not allowed to be upset because why, when I have food to eat, a house to sleep in, and a father who pays for everything. Except it all comes with a catch. I'm nothing but an object to this man. I shouldn't have my own thoughts because my thoughts were wrong, literally couldn't wear what I wanted because if I wore something bad, people would think he can't afford to buy me clothes. Any hobby I had was stupid and useless, yes, he'll say this to my face. I was scared just to be myself. To have friends, to have feelings because they were wrong. I graduated university 5 years ago with a degree I hated because that's what he wanted from me. I tried talking to him about it and he threatened to kick me out and not pay for my school. He decided he should also have a day in what company I worked for, and I just had enough. I told him no. You don't have a right to my life and my future, so I went no contact with him. I don't even have any friends except colleagues. He literally ruined my life. I can't function in social situations. I feel numb all the time. I haven't heard a peep from him since then. I never blocked his number, he just never reached out to me. I guess I should have known he wasn't done. I should have known he wouldn't let me go that easily because now he's fucking suing me. I have to pay him about nearly $180,000 for the degree I was forced to get. How the fuck do you sue your child for bringing them into those world? I never wanted to be here. This existence was thrust on me and I had no choice but to live. I can't escape this man. I just want him to not exist. He was the mistake, not me. Sorry for the rant, but I just had to tell someone. Story 7. My boyfriend asked if I can share him with my best friend. This happens yesterday. For context, I'm 20 and he's 24. We're dating for almost 2 years now and so far the relationship was great, but the day before yesterday I was with my BFF along with her date just for her to have some company and comfort. When I told this to my boyfriend, he asked me if I would like to share him with her. He even commented that she's pretty. I'm livid. We currently are not talking and I don't know if I should continue my relationship with him. Any advice would be much appreciated. Story 8. I'm sick of my golden child little brother and my mum pandering to him. I, 19F, live with my mum, stepdad, and my little, half, brother, 13M. My stepdad had to leave suddenly due to our grandfather, who we are all extremely close to, being diagnosed with lung cancer, so naturally I've picked up more chores around the house to help ease the load on my mum since my stepdad does most of the chores. My brother is fully self-sufficient. He works out, cooks all his own meals, for himself only, and often spends time at his girlfriend's after school. The issue is that my mum gives my brother everything he asks for, but never makes him do anything around the house to help. In the 2 weeks our dad has been gone, my brother has cooked dinner for us one time. I asked him to walk the dog, he refused. I took him and his girlfriend to the 5 Nights at Freddy's movie, all of which I paid for, and when we got home I asked him to load the dishwasher and turn it on, he refused and went to play guitar. I cooked an entire dinner for him and his girlfriend and brought it into their room for them and asked him to put his bowl in the dishwasher when he's done, he refused. I asked him to please keep the ice tray in the freezer full since he uses 1/2 of the ice for his ice water and leaves none for me, and he refused. I asked him to bring his dishes out of his room because bowls were stacking, and he refused and let it get to the point where the bowls were literally glued together with dried pasta sauce. His clothes are all over the floor, and all I ask him to do is put them in the laundry hamper, but guess what? He refused and my mum just does everything for him instead. I got angry and told my mum that I'm sick of him not doing anything to help, and all she had to say was, "Oh, well, I don't like telling him to do things. He'll think I'm mean," when she has absolutely no issue in telling me what to do all the time. So instead, I get lumped with doing dishes, cooking dinners, walking the dog, cleaning the house, loading the dishwasher, talking the rubbish out. Very simple things that he is 100% capable in helping with. But no, he just stays home from school and watches Netflix all day while me and my mum are working 5 days a week each at jobs we hate. Mum gives the excuse that he's just processing what's just happened to our grandfather, which I can understand to a certain extent, but this has been happening for years before this incident. I have severe depression and anxiety, and I cannot express my emotions properly and get very easily overwhelmed/stimulated due to my upbringing. This causes me to hold in my anger until I feel like I'm going to explode, and I've even broken down into tears over this situation at work, but I am still able to do the dishes and walk the dog. I'm sick of him being spoiled 24/7. I'm sick of him getting away with not lifting a single finger to help. I'm sick of being a second mother to a brat that is fully capable of helping around the house, but simply won't out of laziness. It has been like this since the day he was born, and I am so overwhelmed. I just wish all of this would end. Story 9. I was cheated on in my last 2 relationships and now I have extreme trust issues. I'm 24yo male. The first relationship I had was in 2018, which ended in 2020 right before the pandemic. It was an amazing relationship in general. However, I caught her cheating with another dude. I ended things with her immediately. I started the second relationship with another girl in 2021 and it ended a few months ago. I caught her emotionally cheating on me by accident. She also leading on guys in her DMs, which I saw once texts that popped up when she gave me her phone to show me a video. I was devastated. All the old wounds opened up with 10 times more severity. I felt like my heart was stabbed over and over again. I loved this girl with all my heart. I had planned to propose to her, to marry her and to start a family with her. We talked about getting married several times. I broke things off. It was a very messy breakup. She was asking for forgiveness and for a second chance. But I couldn't give her a second chance. One of my close friends caught his wife cheating on him. He gave her a second chance, but the guy changed completely. From a cheerful, happy, and light of the party person, he changed to an isolated, emotionless and cold person. I didn't want to end up like him. I broke up with her. Ever since, I have developed extreme trust issues. When I think about getting into a relationship, I get scared and I can't even imagine being with another person whom I love the most who would end up breaking my heart again. I feel like not trusting anyone ever again. I know and believe that there are good and loyal partners out there, but I just can't imagine opening my heart to anyone ever again. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.